Hey guys, it's me, the Pokemon, and today we are going to be ranking all of Ash's Kanto Pokemon. On this list, I'm putting 12 Pokemon that Ash had in the Kanto League, or in the Kanto region, sorry about that. Starting off, number 12, Butterfree. Butterfree was actually pretty powerful, I'm not going to lie. It was Ash's first Pokemon he ever caught, besides Pikachu, but he really didn't catch Pikachu. It was his starter Pokemon. We saw it evolve from Caterpie to Metapod into Butterfree. We barely got to see it battle. The main battle I remember the most is when Butterfree fought Eradicate on the ship, but besides that, there's really not any... Butterfree really didn't battle much. But yeah, Butterfree was released. If Ash had him more, he would probably be higher up in the rankings. But yeah, Butterfree, 12th. Number 11, Pidgeot. I think Pidgeot definitely had potential to be powerful. But the thing about Pidgeot was, really, it didn't battle much. It was used for just to find Team Rocket half the time. Like when they had kidnapped Pikachu or whatever. But yeah, Pidgeot, 11. Number 10, Primeape. Ash didn't have Primeape very long at all, but we did see it get to battle a decent bit. In the fighting tournament, we saw it win, beat Hitmonlee, Hitmonchan. Primeape definitely had potential to be very high on the list, and when it battled, it was very strong. If Ash had him for longer, I could see him being like maybe top 5 on this list, but yeah, he didn't battle that much, so 10. Primeape. Number 9, Lapras. Ash did not have Lapras very much, but Lapras was a pretty powerful Pokemon. He used it in the Orange Islands, played a pretty small role, but hey, it was still pretty powerful. Lapras, number 9. Number 8, I'm going to give it to Snorlax. Snorlax, when it was actually like awake and battling, it was very powerful, but half the time it was sleeping, so we barely got to see Snorlax battle. But when it did, it destroyed, so Snorlax, number 8. Number 7, Kingler. Kingler, again, was another one we didn't see very often. We saw it from time to time, but when it did battle, it was very powerful. Had a few big battles in the Kanto League. Not a very memorable Pokemon, but hey, still pretty strong. Next up, we have Muck. We saw Muck beat Bellsprout. Actually, very powerful Bellsprout, because if it was just a normal Bellsprout, that would not be impressive. But yeah, Muck is definitely pretty strong. He wasn't used a lot, but yeah, he's still strong. Now we're on to the top 5. Number 5, Tauros. Tauros was one of Ash's strongest Pokemon, in my opinion. Again, not used very often. The ones who've been on the list so far, not used very often. But Tauros, not really much to say about him. He pretty much has a whole herd we can call whenever he wants. We did see it make a pretty big impact in the Orange Islands, and that's really why I have it so high on the list. It competed well on the Orange Islands. It also beat Metagross. So, Tauros, number 5 on the list. Number 4, Squirtle. Between number 4 and number 3, in my opinion, it's very, very close. But I'm going to give number 4 to Squirtle. Squirtle, if it evolved into a Blastoise, I could definitely see it being number 1 on this list. But as a Squirtle, it was very powerful. He wasn't just used in the Kanto region, he was also used in Johto and I think a little bit in some other regions. But yeah, overall, Squirtle was pretty good. He wasn't amazing, but Squirtle had a bunch of wins in battles and was used pretty often. Number 3, Bulbasaur. I feel like Bulbasaur battled with a lot of heart. Like it was protecting the Bulbasaur garden or whatever, and it just always battles with a whole bunch of effort. So that's why it's number 3 on the list. It's very close, in my opinion, between Squirtle and Bulbasaur, but I'm going to give the slight edge to Bulbasaur. Top 2. I feel like this is going to be very controversial in the comment section, but number 2, I'm going to give it to Pikachu. If you were counting like what they did in all the regions, not just Kanto, I would say Pikachu's number 1 because it had way more battles, won way more battles. But this is just counting Kanto. Pikachu was a powerhouse. He won a lot of big battles. He beat Raichu, probably Ash's most used Pokemon. And yeah, the main character in the series. But when it comes down to power, there's definitely a few people who top him. And one of those is number 1 on our list, Charizard. We saw Ash get Charizard near the beginning of this first season as a Charmander. Charmander really liked Ash, but once it evolved into Charmeleon, it started having some just attitude issues, and when it turned into Charizard, they even got worse. For a long time, Ash couldn't get Charizard to do what he wanted it to, so he kept on losing with it, and it wasn't very powerful. But once Ash and Charizard got that chemistry, that's when things started going really well for them. He beat Dragonite to win the Orange Islands, and he was probably the main reason why Ash was Orange Island champion. But yeah, number 1 on the list, Charizard. And especially if Ash took him to the Kalos region, imagine him Mega Evolved and then Greninja. That would be very powerful. But yeah, Charizard, he was used in a few different series. But yeah, I'm going to put him number 1 on this list. Anyway, that will wrap up the video. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'm going to have more stuff with the Johto Pokemon, Hoenn, Sinnoh, Unova. Yeah, you get the idea. But anyway, bye.